Hey everyone, welcome to the video. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about the Boston Marathon UK, a little bit about the event and my performance on race day. We finally broke that sub-3 barrier. I'm super happy with the performance and we're going to talk all about it today. But firstly, I want to say a huge thank you to everyone who's commented on the race vlog, on my Strava, everything. The support has been mad and I appreciate it so much. So why Boston, UK? I originally entered Boston, UK because I wanted a marathon a little bit earlier in the year because Edinburgh is in mid to late May. It's quite hot, so I wanted more of a chance of having cooler weather, but also it is a flat course and I knew it was exposed to the wind, but I didn't know it was going to be as bad as it was on race day. But basically, it's a cheap race, just over £40, and I thought if I'm peaking at that point, I can just go for it, sub-3. And if I couldn't run the race, I know I'm taking up a entry spot, but if I couldn't run it, it's only £40 that I'm losing. So it was the main reason that I entered it, was in hope that the weather was going to be good. I was peaking, and it was a kind of a local race, and I could give sub-3 a go before Edinburgh. So what was my actual goal for this race? Most of you know that have been following the channel, sub-3 has been a goal of mine for quite some time, and that is why I started this channel, to share that journey. So that was the main goal for this race. We knew we were in sub-3 shape, maybe even faster, but it was going to take a good day to actually get it. My previous PB before this was Chester with 3 hours and 11 minutes. I had done another time trial of 3 hours and 6 minutes on a canal path, which was pretty much pancake flat, similar to the Boston Marathon UK course. Training had gone so well, double threshold days, highest mileage weeks I've ever done with tons of intensity in it. And I just really felt like I was in the shape of my life and I was just really wanting to give sub-3 a go. So yeah, Boston was the place to go. So you might ask, did you do a carb load on the days leading up? Did you hydrate as much as you could? Did you taper a ton for the actual event? I would have to say no, I did not carb load. I was eating a fair bit, pretty much because that's what I always do anyway, because of training. Hydrated a little bit extra, but no like hydration loading or anything like that. Sometimes I think that works against you where you're kind of overhydrated. And no carb load, I was just eating when I felt like eating. And I did taper, but I had already done 60 kilometers in the first 6 days of that week before the marathon. So still a decent mileage, and that was after the marathon was going to take me over 100 kilometers for the week. So that's still a decent mileage week. So I did tapered intensity and tried to get to the race sharp, but I wouldn't say it's a huge taper. I think I would try and replicate that again for another marathon. So yeah, I would have to say no carb load, no hydration load or anything like that. Bit of a taper, but it still probably wasn't as extreme as some people would taper. So going into kind of the event start area, the atmosphere was awesome. There were so many more runners than I thought there would be at this event because it is quite a small event. And yeah, it was kind of like one of the bigger marathons where there's a bit of a buzz around as well. So I really did enjoy the start area. And before I got into the start pen, I did about a 5-minute warm-up jog just out and back along one of the roads, and then did some strides just by the start area. So yeah, there was tons of space to be able to do that, and yeah, I felt really good. I felt so fresh. And then when I moved into the start area, you still have that feeling of tension with everyone just about to take on the marathon. Everyone's kind of quiet. There's not too much talking unless their kind of friends are near them. And yeah, I could feel it. Generally, I kind of just stay focused, just try and zone in. But then, you know, I'm pretty relaxed in that sense that I'm quite happy to give Jen a wave, look around. Like, I don't take it too seriously and I don't kind of get too stressed or anxious about results. I just deal with it when I come to it. If there's a problem, I'll just figure it out on the fly. I'm not too yeah, anxious about things before a race. So I am reasonably chill. A bit about the course and the organization. It was really good around the start area. The course is, like they say, pancake flat. I don't remember any rises at all. And the only thing was the aid stations were a bit undermanned, so they didn't have too many volunteers, which it is a really small kind of run race. So you don't expect that, you don't pay a ton, and it was just tough for the organizers or for the volunteers to, like, if there's a big pack of runners, it was tough for the volunteers to hand one or two out and then turn around, grab another couple and then hand them out. So if you were just behind people that were grabbing water, you were not going to get water unless you grabbed it off the table yourself. So yeah, that was only one of the problems. But for me, carry soft flasks, so I wasn't too stressed about it. I wasn't fighting for position to grab water. I was just ignoring it, sipping on my soft flasks. And when I did have the chance, grabbing water and sipping on it. So it worked out fine for me. So how did my pacing go for this event? I think I paced this race so well in terms of my effort and going to feel. I wasn't really looking at pace too much. I was checking in with pace and heart rate, but I was more going to feel and how I've been running my workouts and stuff to really lock into marathon effort. And it just worked out so well. The first half marathon split was 1 hour, 29 minutes and 42 seconds. I lapped it because there was no point where it really said the half marathon point that I saw anyway. So I lapped it at 21.1. And then I knew I may be running a little bit extra, so I was probably just a bit behind sub-3 time at that point. And then I felt great. There was a lot of headwind, but I did feel really controlled, and I felt like I could maintain that effort throughout the whole run. Obviously, it can go wrong, but I did feel like that. And then I was in the position later on to be able to push, and we did that, and we negative split, or it's pretty close to an even split, 1 hour, 29 minutes and 21 seconds. My official time was 2 hours, 59 minutes and 3 seconds. So in the end, really good pacing, and I'm so happy with that. I did run 42.2 though, so pretty much bang on. I didn't run any extra. So if there was extra, chances are I would have missed out on that sub-3 goal, but we got it. I really just took the hit from the wind and accepted that it's going to hurt me for a bit, but then I'm saving energy for later when the wind isn't forcing me back. And I think that helped me so much. I think a lot of people were looking at their watch and looking down and seeing like 440 per K, which I saw a fair few times into the headwind. And I wasn't too fussed about it. I kind of maintained the effort. And then when the headwind went away, when we turned or whatever, I was able to keep pushing. I think a lot of people were looking at their watch and thinking that's not 4:15. And they were trying to push into the wind. And that just was not my plan. And I think they may be the people that Caleb and I overtook towards the end. So yeah, I think I paced it really well. So how did my fueling strategy go? My plan was to take 2 soft flasks on board with about 65 grams of carbs in each, and then 2 SIS beta gels as well. The soft flasks I was going to sip on between 15 minutes and 20 minutes, every 15 to 20 minutes. And the SIS gels I was going to take every hour and 5 minutes. So this went really well, no stomach troubles at all. But I do think I could either put some more carbs in the soft flasks or take another gel, because I'd finished fueling about 2 hours and 10 minutes because I'd finished my soft flasks and then I took that last gel. So about 2 hours and 15 minutes was when I finished. And I think I could have taken more if I needed to, but I also think I kind of had enough. I didn't feel like I lost any energy towards the end. I may have had more energy if I took more on, but that could kind of cause issues. So I was pretty happy with how the fueling went. How did I cope mentally throughout the tough sections of the race? So generally at my marathon effort, I kind of zone out. I kind of get into a nice rhythm with my breathing, with my legs, and you can just zone out at that effort for me. And I was just looking at people around and just kind of locking in on their back, or just kind of looking up the road and seeing kind of where we were going to go, and then telling myself, okay, well, we're going into the wind now, but we're going to be turning and we're going to have a cross breeze, so we'll be fine then. And also just chatting to the people around, taking your mind off the race, reminding myself that I've done all this training and I'm not going to give up easily. Running with Caleb towards the end helped so much as well. Just having somebody that you're going through the pain with. Even though I felt the best I have in any of the marathons I've done, you still have this doubt towards the end, like, if I keep going at this effort, am I going to cramp? Am I going to blow up? I've only got 6K to go, but I'm really not sure if I can keep pushing. Like, all those things go through your mind, but just trying to stay as positive as you can, and having someone like Caleb around just helps so much to get over the line. Am I happy with my final result? Well, obviously, I am so happy with that sub-3. In those conditions, I'm really wondering how fast I could have gone if there was less wind, but that doesn't matter. We got that number one goal, which was 2:59 anything. So I am ecstatic with it, and yeah, I'm just going to enjoy it. I do think I could have run faster on a calmer day, but I'm just really happy with how I ran given those conditions as well. Even happier than maybe running 2:58, 2:57 on a calm day. So yeah, it's one that I'm going to hold on to for a while, I think. So would I change anything for Edinburgh? I don't think I'm going to change anything for Edinburgh. I think I'm still going to run to feel, and throughout the next few weeks I'm going to know what that feeling is going to be. And I don't think I'll change too much to do with fueling. The only thing I might do is add a few more carbs in the soft flask, not too much where it's going to cause stomach issues, or take another gel for later on if I need it. But other than that, we're just going to try and do exactly the same as what we did at Boston and see what result we get. It could be 3:05 depending on the conditions. It could be 3:10 and we actually still run a good race, or it could be faster. We'll find out on race day. Would I recommend running Boston Marathon UK? Well, yes, 100% I would. But I would keep in mind that depending on your pace, you may be running alone for pretty much the whole run because there isn't a huge field. There is a lot of faster runners, so I felt like I had someone around me the whole race, which was great. So if you are targeting sub-3, I think there will always be enough runners to run with at that pace. Also keep in mind the aid stations aren't manned very well, so you may need to carry water on yourself, or just know that you might need to stop at a water station to get it. Ask people to give you their bottle when they're done, but don't let that discourage you. It's still really good. It is also really exposed to the wind, and if you do get a windy day, which I think you're probably always going to get a windy day out there, you can get hit hard with the wind, but I think I managed to do all right in it. So if you pace your race well, you can still have a good result. It's also a really flat course, so if you're looking for a course with no elevation gain, go there. It's really affordable as well. So depending on where you are in the UK, it's pretty affordable in regard to entry fee. And if you can find a cheap hotel, we stayed at a travel lodge in Sleaford, I believe it was called. And yeah, it was about a bit over £100 for the night, and yeah, it was a reasonably cheap weekend. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. I really do appreciate all of the support after this race, and I'm really looking forward to giving the marathon another go in Edinburgh. I hope your training's going well, and if you're running Manchester on the weekend, I hope you smash it, and I'll see you in the next video.